Whoever is happy will make others happy too.
Most of what he is saying is nonsense. I heard from Steve that you had an accident.
I stopped to ask her if she was all right. Your conscience is the part of your mind that tells you whether what you are doing is morally right or wrong.
I hope that more schools will join us in this project. I said to my wife that I was thinking of leaving my job. I decided that it would be best to tell him the truth. I offered to drive him to the airport. He found that his best friend had betrayed him. He learned that his best friend had betrayed him.
I thought our marriage was fine and that we had no secrets.
You see, I told you he'd be late.
She assured me that everything would be all right.
He explained to me that there was no such thing as absolute freedom.
That he had a deep affection for dogs was obvious to everyone. It was obvious to everyone that he had a deep affection for dogs.
Your problem is that you think too much.
The fact is, nobody can answer these questions.
I said nothing about it because his wife was there.
This tea is unusual in that it contains roasted rice.
Thanks for the comment. I'm glad you liked it.
I'm sorry I'm late.
No problem. Have a seat. We are convinced that he is innocent.
Are you sure it was him?
Positive.
Are you certain it was him?
Positive.
Are you positive it was him?
Positive.
Are you confident it was him?
Positive.
Are you convinced it was him?
Positive.
I was afraid that something bad might happen. I was worried that something bad might happen.
We cannot yet rule out the possibility that she was murdered. The fact you speak fluent English should give you an advantage over other candidates.
There is a rumor going around that the president might resign. Everyone talks about gender equality in the workplace, but the fact remains that women are paid less than men.
The teachers all agreed that teaching noun clauses was difficult.
His doctor recommended that he quit smoking. His doctor recommended that he stop smoking. His doctor recommended that he should quit smoking. His doctor recommended that he should stop smoking.
I suggested that she take a year off to study drawing. I suggested that she should take a year off to study drawing.
He suggested that the accident was my fault.
She insisted that Gil had been with her all evening.
I insisted that he see a doctor immediately.
They demanded that the minister be dropped from the cabinet.
We requested that outsiders not be allowed to enter the hall.
It is very important that a legal translator have a basic knowledge of the law. To compare performance equitably, it is necessary that each student be tested under the same conditions.
It is dangerous for a woman to walk alone in this area at night.
It's fortunate that he has such understanding parents.
Do you know that they are coming over this weekend? Do you know if they are coming over this weekend?
I don't know if that will happen, but if it does, I'll be very happy.
Please let me know if you find any errors or broken links.
I called to check if we are meeting tomorrow.
I asked him if he was interested in working for me. I asked him whether he was interested in working for me.
The question is whether we should teach our children English before they start school.
It all depends on whether or not you have the time.
I'm not sure if this is a computer virus, but my computer has been unstable lately. I'm not certain if this is a computer virus, but my computer has been unstable lately.
I asked him how he knew about it.
Do you know when it will be available on DVD?
I don't know exactly how many people work here.
She asked me what my astrological sign was.
We all have ability. The difference is how we use it.
Whether you are right or left-handed is determined by which side of the brain is dominant.
What you say is different from what you do, isn't it?
It just doesn't matter whose fault it was or who did what.
Scientists are not certain why this phenomenon occurred.
How do you think he will react?
Which do you think comes first, happiness or success?
I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?
How old did you tell him you were? Do you remember what you said to me when we got married? Do you remember what you said to me when we got married?
I regretted that I had told her the truth. What seems easy at first often turns out to be difficult.
I don't know if what I'm doing is right or wrong.
Time is what we want most, but what we use worst.
It is no exaggeration to say that I owe what I am to her.
Job security is not what it used to be.
I spend what free time I have reading and writing poetry.
He packed what few belongings he had and left. The time to change is when things are going well.
This is where they're going to build a new supermarket.
I can see Mount Fuji from where I live.
Anyway, that's how I solved my problem.
This is why I avoid that store as much as possible.
Please help yourself to whatever you want.
Whatever project they work on is always successful.
You can choose whichever course suits your needs.
Whoever is responsible for this should be punished.
A prize will be given to whoever writes the best essay.